the most unexpected thing someone did on a date that made you instantly like them? 1. We were at an outdoor festival in his hometown when a bunch of really excited children ran up yelling his name. Turns out he had babysat them, we were teenagers, and the kids just really liked him. 2. We were both 25 minutes early. 3. He got a call on his cell, picked it up and immediately said, "Hey man, good to hear from you, but is this an emergency or can I call you back in a few hours?" I was in first year at university and never before had a guy been so clear about prioritizing the time he was spending with me. I swooned a little. 4. Near the end of our first date my wife said, "Hey, can I find something out?" I said sure, and she leaned in and kissed me. Then she leaned back and with a smile said, "Okay." That's what I thought. If I hadn't been already hooked, that would have done it. 5. She emptied out a pocket full of agates she had found on her morning walk. 6. Had 2 umbrellas packed in his work bag for our after work date, just in case it rained. This was April in Chicago. It absolutely rained. 7. I had check engine warning lights in my car that I couldn't figure out what the problem was, so I'd made an appointment to get my Toyota minivan serviced. Mentioned it to my date. He went out and tightened my gas cap and had me start the engine a couple times. The lights went away. No big deal for him, but a huge turn on for me. 8. It was winter and he offered to drive me home. He left to get his car and took a while. He admitted later that he had taken a cab home to his car, raced back as if he'd driven, just because he wanted to drive me home. 9. First date, and we're talking about our kids, and she shows me a picture of her boy playing soccer, and in the background was my kid playing for the other team. 10. First date. Went out to dinner and after dinner he took me to the top of a parking structure and took a handful of bouncy balls out of his pocket. We had fun bouncing them off the ground from the top of the structure. 11. I went on a date with a girl and between our second date she called me and said, "Hey, I was going on another date tonight but realized I'd want to get to know you more. Want to hang out tonight?" I felt like a king. 12. Wasn't on a date. We were basically living together since day one. But early on I mentioned to her I love cookies and cream milkshakes. Next time she comes over she brings all the stuff to make them. We have been together 9 years and married for 1.5 of them.